Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video, I'm going to review to you a movie that I just watched again. It's from my library, and that movie is Ed Wood. Now, the reason I got this movie was because I heard that it was one of Johnny Depp's best performances, and I heard that it was a really good movie, and it's a movie I've always been interested in. But I never really was like, that's going to be a great movie. But I'm happy to say that this movie was amazing. And Ed Wood is just fantastic. It really has everything you want in a movie. It has a lot of comedy, a lot of drama, and some really, really good performances. I think it was actually nominated for a few things. I mean, let me look that up. If you heard that noise, those were fireworks. Actually, it was not nominated for anything. You know, it's kind of sad because a lot of people think it should have been. But the movie is basically about possibly the worst director of all time, Ed Wood, who, if you don't know him, Plan 9 from Outer Space. He directed that atrocity of a movie. I've never seen it, but I've heard it's like one of the worst movies ever made. So he directed that, and this movie is kind of the telling the story of how he became this way and what he really wanted to do. And as I said, it was fantastic, and I think part of that is because of the performances. The best one, in my opinion, was Johnny Depp as Ed Wood. I've never been the hugest fan of Johnny Depp. Believe me, after this film, though, I want to see more Johnny Depp, because the best movie I've seen Johnny Depp in was Sweeney Todd, and that was another Tim Burton movie. I didn't think it could get better than that. Holy crap, could I have been any more wrong, because he is fantastic in this movie. Ed Wood is probably the best performance I've ever seen this guy done. I've never seen Edward Scissorhands, so I don't know about that one, but he is fantastic in this movie. He's amazing, and he had Ed Wood down so well. One of the things I love about Ed Wood, and it's kind of funny, is that Ed Wood was a cross-dresser, but he wasn't gay. He just loved to dress up because that's how he felt. That's how he was comfortable. He was not gay though. He loved women, and he was with women. One of the other things I love about this movie is that Ed Wood was very passionate about his movies. Even when he knew his movie wasn't good, he always tried to make the next one better. He always tried to step it up. And I think that's the reason why it didn't work out for him, because he always tried to take it up a notch and step it up. But whatever he did, he had such a passion for film and always tried to make his films better. And I thought that was great that they did that, because that was really good. I just thought that was a really good part about the movie. Then you have Martin Landau as Bela Lugosi, and this is a really good role. Bela Lugosi, if you don't know who Bela Lugosi is, he basically was a very famous actor. Everybody thinks he's dead in the beginning of the movie. There's a very funny recurring joke where they're like, oh, he's not dead? And he's like, no, he's very much alive. And that's like a recurring joke throughout the whole movie. And just so you know, it's not really a very serious movie. It's much more of a comedy than it is a drama. And I think that's why I enjoy it so much, because it's really a feel-good movie, and that's what's so good about it. But Bela Lugosi eventually died and never really got to work with Johnny Depp. He did do a movie, but he never really got to work with Ed Wood. Yeah. So did I say he never got to work with Johnny Depp? He never got to work with Ed Wood. That's what I mean. So basically, he does, we see 3 films he does. The first one is Gwen or Glenda, then Bride of the Atom, and then the final one, as I said, was Plan 9 from Outer Space. And, yes, Martin Landau was really good in the role as Bela Lugosi. Then we have Sarah Jessica Parker in this role of his, there are 2 love interests for him in this movie. The first one is played by Sarah Jessica Parker, Dolores Fuller, who most people, when they think of her name, they'll think of Elvis Presley, because she did a lot with Elvis Presley. She was with Ed Wood, but she never approved of his cross-dressing, and she never really liked that, so that's why it didn't, their little relationship didn't work out. it was funny to see her. She's a very funny role, I'm going to say. She is very funny in the movie. Again, it's not a very serious movie, so everything she does when she gets angry and stuff, it's funny. She's throwing stuff at him. She even throws a pot at him, and that was funny. So that was funny. And that's one of the things I really liked. So I really liked her character, and I can see why it didn't work out, though. Then you have Patricia Arquette as Kathy, who is his permanent love interest, who was his wife until the time he died, and fortunately she never remarried, though, so. But it works out well for him because he finally does get somebody, and it works out well for him. So I really like Patricia Arquette. I thought she was a really good role. Sarah Jessica Parker is I've never loved Sarah Jessica Parker's acting. I really liked her in this, though, and I thought Patricia Arquette was great, too. Then you have Jeffrey Jones, who basically is the person who Ed is trying to submit the films to. But basically, with the amazing Criswell, that was his name. And I'm not sure if that was his name. I think that was just like his famous name, basically, the amazing Criswell. He does not really care about these films. All he wants to do is, all he cares about is money. But Ed Wood wants the quality of these films. He just wants to make crappy movies, basically, but he wants to improve the quality. As I said, Ed Wood was very passionate about film. You can definitely see that in this movie. And that's one of the things that really stood apparent. I thought he was really good. He's basically the villain, though, because eventually he ends up getting on Ed Wood's nerves, and Ed Wood realizes that he wants to direct this himself, and he always makes a lot of decisions for him, but then Ed Wood finally does realize that, alright, I'm going to work with him. Then you have Bill Murray as this interesting role. Basically, the first movie he did has to do with a sex change operation, and Bill Murray was contemplating whether or not he would have a sex change. And there's really nothing big there, but yeah. Oh, this did win 2 Academy Awards. So I was right, this did win 2 Academy Awards. I think Johnny Depp actually won for his portrayal as Ed Wood. So, definitely, Ed Wood, if you have not seen this movie, I highly, highly recommend you check it out. The one thing that some people might realize is it's in black and white. And that really works well because all of Ed Wood's films were in black and white, and it works for that decade. And I think that's the perfect reason why it was in black and white. I don't think they could have made it in color because it really would not have worked in color. It works really well in black and white, and I really enjoyed that. And again, Tim Burton, I think, directed this. Yeah, Tim Burton directed this. You can hardly tell because Tim Burton, when you think Tim Burton, you think special effects. And this movie is not really, one for special effects, but it really is a great movie, and I highly, highly recommend you check out Ed Wood. It's actually, I think, my favorite Johnny Depp movie of the ones I've seen. It was fantastic. I enjoyed every single shot, every single frame, every single line. It's just a very fun movie. As I said, it's not very serious. And I really, really enjoyed Ed Wood. So that's it for my review of Ed Wood. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of the movie. Oh, the one thing I forgot to say, though, is that this movie kind of ends happily, but then it ends on a downer because you see what happened to Ed Wood. It's not a very happy ending for Ed Wood because this is not how the movie ends. Luckily, they ended in a good place with him premiering Plan 9 from Outer Space and then him marrying Kathy, who I don't think was a real person because she's not highlighted here. So I'm not sure if they created her. I don't know. I think she was a real person, but I don't think that was her name. He basically elopes with her, and that's how the movie ends. But then you see the thing where it says, so-and-so went on to do this. You see Ed Wood became a porn director, and he became a heavy drinker, which eventually resulted in his death, and he died at 57. So it didn't really end well for him, but I would highly recommend you check out Ed Wood. It's such a great movie. Johnny Depp is fantastic in this movie. You can't even, recognize him in this movie because he's so good. Let me know what you guys think. Did you like that he was so passionate about the film that Johnny Depp... Johnny Depp also felt passionate in this role. He really felt like... I think he felt like he was really part of something special, and he really put a lot of effort into the movie, so that was great. What do you think of the movie being black and white? Just let me know anything else you want to know about Ed Wood, and that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So see you then. Bye.